there, I'm Gayle and this is KidsSTEM, brought to you by the Pikes Peak Library District. Today's program is all about the magic of bubbles. We're going to discover that something ordinary, like the bubble, can become something extraordinary with just a few tips and tricks. So if you're ready for some fun, let's get started. When we start talking about making bubbles, we're going to need a bubble solution and a wand to blow the bubbles out of. This is a good bubble solution. It's from the dollar store or the grocery store. But today we're going to make a great bubble solution. One that will make bubbles that are stronger and last longer. In order to make those bubbles, I'm going to show you what the supplies are and how we're going to put them together. Like all bubble solutions, ours is going to start with water. We're going to use distilled water. It's a little bit higher quality than tap water for making our bubbles because it doesn't contain any minerals. I just poured in 8 ounces or a 1 cup measure of distilled water. The next thing we need will be soap. I like to use the Dawn dishwashing liquid, not the kind with any fancy scents added to it, any smells, and not the kind that fights bacteria, but just the regular Dawn dish soap. And we'll add 2 tablespoons of this dish soap, which is quite a bit. That's what gives it the blue color. And then we're going to start adding some special ingredients. So right now we've just got something really basic that will work, but it won't blow the strongest, longest lasting bubbles. The next thing I want to add is some glycerin. I just have a grocery store grade glycerin. You can purchase pharmaceutical grade. It's very expensive. So I'm using this instead, but it will slow down the evaporation on the bubbles so that they don't pop quite as quickly. And I'm going to add just 1 tablespoon of the glycerin. It's kind of a thicker liquid. It's a little bit oily looking. I'll pour that in and just gently stir it up. I don't want to create any bubbly foam just yet. And last of all, I'm going to add a teaspoon of sugar. Sugar is the ingredient that makes the bubbles a bit stronger. So with the glycerin, they last longer. With the sugar, they'll be stronger. Now, if I stir this for several minutes, it will look pretty well mixed, but it won't really be mixed enough. So this needs to be left covered in a refrigerator overnight or about 24 hours, if possible, in order to make some really great bubbles. Now, if we had to wait 24 hours right now, we would be stuck. So yesterday, I made the solution that we'll be using today, and it's right here. So we're ready with our solution to make bubbles. Now, we just need a great wand. One of my favorite wands is made out of a pipette. This is a plastic one. You can find it in a craft store. It's usually used for sucking up a liquid and dropping it back out. But I use it to make bubble wands. And all I do is take a pair of scissors and snip off the rounded bulb end of the pipette, and you can see where the bubble liquid will go in. So I'm going to put this right into my bubble solution, blow through the skinny end, and get a really fabulous bubble. Of course, you'll notice that our bubbles are always spherical, they're always round in shape, and that's because there's equal pressure being exerted on the bubble from the inside and from the outside. But what if we could come up with a different shaped bubble maker that would make something square, a square bubble instead of a spherical bubble? Let me show you just how we can do that. To make your bubble cube, you'll need 7 pipe cleaners and 12 straws. Each pipe cleaner will be cut in half, so you'll bend it in the middle and then make a cut. And then you'll cut each straw so that it fits 1 piece of pipe cleaner with a little bit left over on the end for twisting. I'm going to take 3 pieces and show you how we begin twisting the legs for this cube. So you'll take 3 pieces, 3 of your halves, twist them together really well at the top, bend them over, make sure they're secured, and now they're ready to add those straw pieces too. So I would just slip my straws on like this, and I would do this with all of the pipe cleaners and all of the straws, only leaving 2 pipe cleaners behind for handles. Now I've put together most of a cube bubble maker, and I'm going to add this last pyramid that we've made to the others that I've already put together so that you can see what it's going to look like how it goes together. Make sure you twist it really well. I would probably take just a little more time. But just so you've got an idea. So it looks like this. It's pretty square, a little bit skewed. It won't be perfect. And then you're going to take your 2 extra pieces and just make handles at the top so that when you're done, it will look like this one that I've already made. Now we're ready to test this and see what we can do with our bubble making. Let's try out our cube bubble maker. I'm going to dip it in the solution and make sure that all the sides and points are touched. And when I pull it out, I'm going to give it a bounce. And right inside, you'll be able to see a little square, kind of like a little trampoline piece. But it's only 2-dimensional, it's flat. I wonder what will happen when we put a round bubble into the square. And you can see that that round bubble becomes a square, actually a cube. Isn't that cool? And now, once you've made your own super bubble solution, a bubble cube, and a pipette bubble wand, you're ready for all kinds of bubble fun. Also, you can use your bubble cube like a standard wand. You would do that by dipping it into the bubble solution, pulling it out, giving it a little shake, and then pulling it through the air. When you do, don't expect a standard bubble. Instead, it will be a fantastic trail of bubbling spheres all connected together. Now it's time for you to have more bubble fun and make your own bubble magic. Thanks for joining me today for KidsSTEM.